What is good, everybody? What is good? What is good? So, somebody in the comment section was talking about some kind of show about the modern survivalist. I can't remember what it is. I'll put it up in. I'll probably at this guy. It is, he's got a good following, 85,000 viewers and stuff and all that, or subs. So he did a reaction, and I don't like doing reactions to reactions. I think that people got to come up with their own positive content. And I'm not. This is not a shot to him. I mean, I have obviously reacted to people as well, but I just all these triple and quadruple reaction shows. You got to come up with your own content, right? That's my opinion. So, but anyway, so he talked about a guy who went to Argentina, a black dude from Britain, went to Argentina, and he started a family, right? So he slept with, he got a girl. I don't know if he's married or not. I didn't watch the full extent of the video as I made this. I watched a few minutes of it, so I don't know if the guy is married. I just wanted to make this. And what bothered me and what bothered the guy, the reactor, the survivalist guy, is that this guy was just was the black British guy went to Argentina looking, and he's complaining about racism. I haven't watched the rest of it, so I don't know what else he said. But it bothered me too, right? So the guy did a 24-minute video. I'm not going to do all that. So, but listen, I'm telling you, and I'm making this video to say you got to stop looking. You got to stop looking for negatives. Particularly as we as black people, man, we got to stop looking for negatives, man. We got to stop. Listen, I have not been to that many places. I mean, well, comparatively to where I want to go. So I'm planning to do a lot of travel and start a different channel and talk about that and talk about my experiences. But listen, I'm not going out there looking for racism. I'm not looking for it, right? So I've been to Mexico. I've been to man, Costa Rica. I've been to Paris, Netherlands, Belgium, Germany. I mean, I've been to a few places, here and there, some other places. This idea, man, that we are constantly, as black folks, looking for racism has got to stop. We know what it is. We know what it is. We know what it is. But the only thing that should stop us is if people stop us. The only thing that should stop us is if people physically stop us. As long as you're not being stopped or harassed by the police, let the people stare. Let them stare. And I'm sure being in Argentina, they're probably not used to seeing you. You travel the world, they're not used to seeing you. So get over that. And I'm saying that about everything, man. Stop looking for the negatives. They don't like me because I'm a woman. They don't like me because I'm a man. They don't like me because I'm short. They don't like me because I'm fat. They don't like me because I drive a beat up car. They don't like me because I'm not as educated, because I'm too educated. Oh my God, man. Listen, isn't it exhausting trying to be in this headspace about why somebody doesn't like you, why somebody's trying to hold you back and hold you down? Listen, that's all that we should care about. That's why a lot of black people, in particular those black conservative types, are like, you know what, man, we don't want affirmative action. We don't want this stuff, man, because it makes us look like we're lesser than, and we need help, and we don't need help. Well, all we need, and this goes back to, oh man, the debates of Booker T. Washington and Frederick Douglass, right? All we need is just to have the boot taken off of us. Let us sink or swim on our own merit, on our own skill, on our own devices. And and as long as that hurdle is being taken off, we can excel. We can do anything that anybody else can do. And that is what I'm saying to you as a woman. I'm saying this to you as a man. I'm saying this to you as a black person. Stop looking for and even to white people looking at this too, right? You got to stop. You're not smart enough. You didn't go to the right schools. You didn't go to the right college, man. That was a real stumbling block for me. I'm making this content because I want people to do better and be better, and that was a real stumbling block for me. It really, really was. It was a real stumbling block for me. Because I had experience in life as a police officer, right? So then I go to school, right? So I go to an online school. So I'm like, oh man, people look at online schools. Well, maybe it's just a bachelor's. I got my bachelor's there. Then I went back to online school, but I went because I was working full time. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not apologetic about that. So I'm like, oh man, but then the school I went to, the names, right? Ivy Leagues and big time schools, and people look down upon it and all that. Listen, man. I don't have time for all that. I say this before and I'll say it again. There's a story. There's something I heard when you're in your 20s. When you're in your 20s, you care that everybody's looking at you. When you're in your 40s, you don't care that anybody's looking at you. And when you're in your 60s, you recognize that they were never looking at you. That was something I heard in my 20s. So I tried to adopt that idea of being in my 60s. Now, it's not easy, right? But now as a 50-year-old guy, it's a little bit there. Like I'm halfway in between that. I don't care if they were looking at me and they were never looking at me. But I'm like, forget them, man. Listen, I have very much accomplished. I accomplished the most beautiful thing within my life, and I was raising my children, and my children still talk to me as a present day parent. They still call me up. They still come over to the house. All that kind of stuff. I love them. They love me, and all that. So that is the most important thing that I've ever accomplished in my life. And besides that, obviously, excelling within my career, my job, and I'm teaching at universities and all this. So I'm doing good. I'm doing good. And I don't look at, this person didn't hire me as a, for whatever reason. And that can be difficult because black people, I know we get discriminated against, right? We have this thing about whether we should fill in on a job application, whether our race and all that, right? Should I fill it in or not? Even sometimes when I apply to schools, right? Oh, I want to try to teach at this school. I'm like, oh man, should I put this down, right? Even my maleness, right? Oh, I know that sometimes they want women and sometimes they don't want to hire a dude and I don't know, right? But I can only control the things that I can control. I can only control the things that I can control. So this idea of looking out, looking at the world and just always looking at the negative, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. I don't want to hear anybody talk about it, right? All you can do is get on it and get on your game and grind and make this thing happen. And so when you're talking about, I'm just too big. I can't stand anybody I can't stand it when people say I'm too whatever. I'm too dark. I'm too light. I'm too short. I'm too fat. Listen, work on the things that you can work on, and whatever you can't control those things. Are there racist people in this world? Of course. But the only thing I care about is the system, making sure I'm treated well by the police, by the courts, if I get a fair shake at a job. So you can't look at the negatives. You can't. It's exhausting. And I'm a part of this Facebook group of adjunct professors. I'm a part of this Facebook group about adjunct professors. And, some of them, it's good to have this network because sometimes they're like, man, I tried, 10 different universities, can't get a job. And you think it's you. I think it's me. Maybe don't like a black person, maybe just but it's just other people. So we're all kind of going through this, right? Just trying to become adjunct professors. And I'm sure that every profession will have something like that. So my encouragement to you today is really just to make sure that you are working on everything that you can do in order to become the best version of yourself. Whatever you can control, make sure that you control it. Whatever you can control, make sure you control it. You don't like your weight, do something about it. You don't like your teeth, if you got enough money, do something about it. If you don't like your hair, people are gluing hair on and all, just work on what you can work on and stop looking towards the negative, man, right? One of the sayings that I have on my phone, I'll probably screenshot, right? Stop looking behind you because you're not going that way. Stop looking behind you because you're not going that way, right? Look forward. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep moving forward. And that was always, always, always what we needed to have as black people in particular. Women needed to have it, right. You can't keep harping on the things you can't control. It becomes mind-numbing. It gives a sense of self-doubt. It is learned helplessness. It is everything negative that we're trying to defeat. So you got to defeat those demons that are telling you that you're less than, that telling you that you're a racist, that telling you people are racist. They don't like you. They don't like the way you speak. They don't like how your mustache is. They don't like how your beard is. They don't like this. They don't like that. Listen. You gotta develop a different mindset when it comes to the countries that you go to, and whether or not they're racist, the cities that you live in, and all this type of stuff. Stop whatever it is that's pulling you down. Stop looking at the negative. And the survival of this guy who was doing the reaction was absolutely right. Listen, you went to this country voluntarily. You moved in here. We let you in this country. you found a woman who gave you a baby. What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? So what, you go to a grocery store and little kids are looking at you. So, I mean, they're probably never seen anybody as dark as you and with his hair all crazy and stuff, man. What are you talking about? Listen, fix our minds, you can fix your life. Much love and peace.